Hello everyone, this is Saurabh Kumar and I welcome you all to this video where we are going to talk about site-to-site VPN with IPsec. Meaning that I am going to configure site-to-site VPN by using the protocol IPsec. Before that, let me go through some of the theory part of it, like what is VPN is, what are the types of VPN, and what are the protocols can be used to configure the VPN. So first of all, whenever the term comes in our mind that VPN, simply when you elaborate it, it is virtual private network. So what is VPN is? VPN is a network or a technology that creates a secure network connection over a public network such as internet, or it can be even over the private network, but that private network may be owned by your service provider, not by you. So whenever you want to have a communication over the internet, but you want to have the communication as similar like a private network, you may go for the VPN configuration. Now when we talk about types of VPN, there are two types. One is remote access VPN, one is site-to-site VPN. So whenever we talk about these two categories, let me go with the first, remote access VPN. It means that remote access VPN actually allow a user to connect to a private network and access its services and resources remotely. Let me give you one example here. So maybe if somebody want to maybe configure something like this, maybe he has a branch office here, maybe he has somebody is having an office here, and from this office he want to have a connection maybe. So let's say that this is maybe my office, and from here somebody sitting with his laptop, he want to have a communication to his office through the internet, but maybe as a private network. So in that scenario, in that way, the people can go for the remote access VPN. Remote access VPN is useful for business users as well as a home user. If any home user, like any employee, is sitting at home and he want to connect to his office through the VPN, then he can use remote access VPN. A corporate employee while traveling uses a VPN to connect his or her company private network and can do remotely access of the files, resources on the private network. Another type is, when we talk about another category is site-to-site VPN. Site-to-site VPN is basically being used between two of the office. Maybe like you have a headquarter office, maybe in any geographical location, maybe in Africa, and another office you have maybe in Asia. So if you want to have a VPN connection between these two offices, generally you go for the site-to-site VPN. A site-to-site VPN is actually also called as a router-to-router VPN and is mostly used into the corporate. So basically all the company, if they have many number of branch offices, they connect those branch offices through the site-to-site VPN. Site-to-site VPN is based on router-to-router communication, and in this VPN, one router may act like a client, one router may act like a server, and to make this communication, they do the authentication process. They validate the authentication, and after that the connection is established. When we talk about the protocols for the VPN, there are many number of protocols which can be used to configure VPN, and among them we have like IPsec, we have SSL and TLS, we have PPTP, we have L2TP, we have OpenVPN, we have SSH. So if I give a small note on this, all of them, IPsec is actually used to secure internet communication across the IP network. IPsec also secure internet protocol communication because it uses the authentication between both server and client side. When we talk about L2TP or layer 2 tunneling protocol, it is a protocol that is usually combined with another VPN. Either you use it with the IPsec or any other kind of protocol, and it creates a tunnel between two L2TP connection points, and IPsec protocol will be working in the background to encrypt the data and handle secure communication between the tunnels. We can use point-to-point tunneling protocol also to configure VPN, and it creates a tunnel and encapsulates the data packet. It also uses a point-to-point to encrypt the data between the connection. PPTP is one of the most widely used VPN protocol, and it is being used from the period of time when people were having Windows 95. And the best part of PPTP is, apart from Windows, it can be also used on the Mac or Linux operating system. Then we also have SSL and TLS, which is secure socket layer and transport layer security. So when you use this SSL or TLS, it actually creates a VPN connection where the web browser acts like a client and user access some of the restricted or specific application through the network. So basically it is actually being used for online shopping, for online banking, or any online websites who provide the services to his customers. Then OpenVPN can be also used. It is an open source VPN and it is useful for creating point-to-point and site-to-site connection. It uses a custom security protocol based on SSL and TLS. And the last but not least is SSH, Secure Shell. Secure Shell or SSH also creates a VPN tunnel through which the data transfer happens and also ensure that the tunnel is encrypted. SSL connections are created by SSH client, and the data is transferred from local port on the remote server through the encrypted tunnel. So this was some basic information about the VPN and VPN types as well as VPN protocols. So now I am going to use packet tracer tool, which will be helping us to use some of the router and switches here to get router and switches, and from there I will try to configure VPN. So here I have already mentioned some of the steps what we are going to do to make sure that our VPN works properly. So first thing, we are going to make a topology, and after topology we will be setting the IP address. So for this video we require a topology something like this. First thing, I will always recommend you to use the model of router that is 2811 because it supports VPN communication. It supports the basically it supports IPsec KMP. So let me pick one of this router here. And another thing we need is it must be having some serial port. So I switch off this router and I pick from here WIC2T, which will be giving me like 2 port. Then I can make it switch it on. So I have this router. Similar to that, I need even 2 more routers. So I can simply copy it and I can paste 2 times. So one is going to be here, one is going to be maybe here, like this. Now why I am taking this 3 router, because I am going to assume that maybe this router is my headquarters router. This router is maybe in my headquarter office. This router is maybe nothing else but it is my internet service provider, and maybe this router is at one of my branch office, like that. Now let me connect all of these 3 routers. So to connecting it, let me get the cable and I pick from here. I go to serial. You have to remember this port number always, serial 0/2/1. Okay, so 0 and serial 2/0. So this way we have connected them. Let me even mention the port number. So here I have used the port number that is serial 0/2/0. Here also I have used the port number serial 0/2/0. And what are the port I have used here? If I want to check, I can even check from here. This is the cable. So if you go in packet tracer, if you put your cursor over there, you can check the port number. So this is S2/1. So let me mention here S0/2/1. And for this one, let me first check. This is S2/0. Okay, S0/2/0. One more time, let's verify it. So here S2/1. Okay, and here is 2/0. All okay. Now I'm going to set some IP address. So maybe I'm going to use here the IP address that will be maybe 50.1.1.1 That's my public IP for my service provider maybe. And let me use maybe the IP address here, that is 60.1.1.1. So what will be the IP address here? It should be something from the range of 50. So maybe it is 2, and here also maybe it is 60.1.1.2. Maybe like this. After that, let me connect to the get some switches. So it can be any switch. One is here, one is in my branch office. Then let me also get some computer. So one is maybe in headquarter, one is in my branch office. Now let me connect them all. So you can connect it to them. Okay, our connection is done. This one actually we have connected through the first 0/0 port. So we have to set some IP here also. So maybe here I'm going to set IP 11.1.1.1, and here I'm going to use maybe IP 10.1.1.1. Here maybe I'm going to use IP 10.1.1.2, and here maybe my IP is 11.1.1.2. So this way we are done with the topology. We have set a topology. Now we are remaining to set the IP addresses according to what we have defined in this topology. So let me start from this computer itself. Desktop IP configuration 10.1.1.2, and 10.1.1 will be gateway. Done. Then we go to this router. On this router we go to CLI, we say no, we go to enable, we go to global configuration mode, we go to interface F0/0. Here the IP address is going to be 10.1.1.1 with the subnet mask, then no shutdown. Then we also go to serial 0/2/ it is 0. Then we set IP address. Here we are having plan of 50.1.1.2 space 255.0.0.0, no shutdown. So we are done up to this router. Now we go to this router, which is our service provider maybe. So we go here, say no, we say enable, we go to global configuration mode, interface serial 0/ maybe first go with 2/1. Here we set IP address, that is 50.1.1.1 space 255.0.0.0, no shutdown. Then we also go to interface serial 0/2/0, and here I am going to set IP address, that is going to be 60.1.1.1 with the subnet mask. Then I say no shutdown. I am done with this router also. Now I am going to the branch office router here. I go to the CLI, I go to no, enable global configuration mode, interface serial 0/2/0. Then IP address I need here is 60.1.1.2 space 255.0.0.0, no shutdown. Then we go to fast Ethernet also. On the fast Ethernet, the IP address we are looking for here is IP address 11.1.1.1 space 255.0.0.0, no shutdown. So this way we are done with setting the IP address. But still, if you check the communication maybe from here to here, it is not going to happen because of the settings which we have not set till now any kind of routing over there. So to set the routing, we need to go for the second step, and second step is we are going to configure default routing on headquarter and branch router. So let me go to headquarter, and here I say IP root and 0.0.0.0 means any network, 0.0.0.0 any subnet. This should go through the 50.1.1.1. That's the default route. Means any packet from this router, if you want to go to an unknown route, it should pass through this. Then we do the same on this branch router. Branch router also we go to global configuration mode. We say IP root, and my root is 0.0.0.0 any network, 0.0.0.0 any subnet, it's supposed to pass through 60.1.1.1. Then for the ISP, we are going to use maybe a static routing because it has two network. So wherever you have more than one path to reach, you can't configure their default routing. So here we are going to configure a static routing. For that, IP route, and if any network want to go to 10.0.0.0 network with the subnet mask, this one, they're supposed to go through 50.1.1.2. But if the root want to go to 11.0.0.0 with the subnet mask 255.0.0.0, they should follow 60.1.1.2. That was all to configure the routing on all these three routers. So now, if everything is fine, they should communicate. Okay, we are still remaining to configure IP on this computer. So here the IP is going to be 11.1.1.2, 11.1.1.1, and now we check again the communication between this computer to this computer. First packet may get failed, so let's try again for the second packet, and everything is successful. Now our communication is ready. Our topology ready, communication is ready. Now we are remaining to configure VPN here. So we are going to configure side-to-side VPN. So for that purpose, we need to do the configuration on both sides, on the headquarter router, also on the branch side router. So let me first do all the process on headquarter router, and then the same procedure we have to follow on the branch router. So let me first start with the headquarter router. So very first thing we are going to do on this, actually, let me keep it into the middle. Very first thing we are going to do here is the first step, that is configure ISA KMP to establish the IKE, means Internet Key Exchange. So for that, the command is going to be here crypto, then ISA KMP space. Here we are going to make a policy, and here you can put any of the number of your policy. It can be anything between 1 to 10,000. So let me maybe use policy number 20 just for an example. After that, the second command is going to be authentication, because we know that it requires authentication. So we are going to set authentication, and which kind of authentication you want. So there is only one method, that is pre-share. Then the third command we are going to use, that is encryption. For encryption, what are the type of encryption it supports? So it supports 3DES, AES, DES. So you can Google them all and you can get to know what are the detail they have. For me, I'm going to use here 3DES and hit enter. Then the next command I'm going to use is hash. And hash type, so it support MT5 hash and it also support SHA hash. For me, I'm going to use here MD5. Then next command we are going to set here is group. Now group can be 1, 2, 3. You can choose 1, 2 and 5. So for me, I have not even used group 1, so I can go with the group number 1. And then the next command is going to be lifetime. Lifetime means here you can again set some of the lifetime in the second value. So you can use any value between 60 to 86,400. For me, I'm going to use maybe 3600 just for an example. And then I say exit. So what are the command I have used here for the first step? If I try to check from here, I will show you even in the last, but this was the first step. Only we have done configuring ISA KMP to establish the IK. Now we go for the second. Second is define IPsec transform set. For this, only one command is required, and the command is crypto. And this time I'm going to again use IPsec and transform set space. Here you give any name to the transform set. So maybe I'm saying SKS set, or maybe I just give my set, just a name, a space. Here you are going to set the ESP hyphen. You are going to use maybe 3DES, a space, again ESP, or you can put even question mark to check what are the format does it support. So it has now two method for the hash value, so you can use any one of them. So for us we are going to use MD5, so I'm saying ESP hyphen AMD hyphen HMAC. So this is the one line command. These all are the just a step. So only one line command. This is the command I'm going to use. For which purpose? Sorry, once again. I go to global configuration mode, and the command which I was using, let me copy it again and paste it here. So this was the one command which was required for defining IPsec transform set. After that, the next third step is create access list. So now we are going to create a access list here. To creating access list, the simple command is access list. We know that access lists are of two type. One is a standard, extended. So for us this time we can just go with any one of them. So better will be to use extended, because in extended we define the source as well as the destination. So let me use extended. So for that I have to use any number which is 100 or more than that. So 100, that will be my access list number. A space permit means I don't want to deny, I am just creating this list to use for the next step. Then IP, to whom you want to permit. So you are going to now this time give the IP address of your this site entire network, but not you are going to use for this network, you are going to use this network. The meaning is here we are going to set actually the IP address, and that IP address is for my local. So local IP address is 10 range IP address. So I'm saying here just 10.0.0.0. That will be my local network. A space, the wildcard mask. So wildcard mask will be 0.255.255.255. That is just opposite, or you can say that opposite of subnet mask, something similar to that. And after that, here we are going to also now define the destination. So my destination is this one, branch office. So what is the branch office IP is 11. So here I am going to say 11.0.0.0 with wildcard mask 0.255.255.255, a space, or maybe even after that we can just hit enter. So this one command has been used to create the access list. One thing I missed to do actually when I was making the IPsec KMP policy, to set the key. So let me go there once again. Crypto a space IPsec KMP a space the same policy number 20, and only one command I was remaining. So let me fulfill that command. That command is crypto, or we can even use it without going there. We can directly type also here crypto a space IPsec KMP a space the key which I want to use for the authentication. So the key I want to use is, it can be anything, any password which you want. For example, I am just taking maybe Cisco 123. That will be my key for authentication. A space. Now you are going to set here, keep in your mind that after address you are going to define the address of another office public IP address. So right now we are into the headquarter. So who is our partner? Our partner is branch office. So what is the public IP of the branch office? 6112. So that's the IP you supposed to use here actually. So the IP address what I supposed to use here is 60.1.1.2. That's the IP I supposed to use, and hit enter. Now just you don't get confused, let me write down this all command also here into the area of command line. So To configure the first step, what are the command I have used? Let me mention here. So let me get this file. To configure very first one, the commands are crypto space, or let me even type it into the notepad, because from notepad I can easily copy also. So here the first command we have used is crypto space ISAKMP space policy space 20. That's the policy number. Then the second command we used is authentication space pre hyphen share. The third command we use is encryption space 3 DES. Then the fourth command we used is hash space MD5. Then the fifth command we used is group and the group number. Then the next command we used is life time space any value. So I have used 3600. Then you just need to come out to go to the global configuration mode, and then you are going to use again crypto space ISAKMP space key space whatever password you want. So for me I have used 123, it will be together, a space address, and here you are going to set the address of another one. So for branch office address was 60.112 60.1.1.2. That was the all command which I have used for the first task, that is for configuring ISAKMP. Then for completing the second task, defining IPsec transform, what was the command I have used? So that command is here crypto space IPsec space transform set space any name. So I used the name myset space ESP hyphen your type is 3 DES space ESP hyphen MD5 hyphen H MSC. That was only one command for the second task, that is define IPsec. Then we are using third step. So third step, create access list. For that the command I have used is access list space the number I used is 100 space the condition is permit space the protocol is IP, then the source range of IP is 10.0.0.0 with the wildcard mask space the destination IP address is 11.0.0.0 with the wildcard mask. That was all for the third step, that is creating access list. Now we are remaining with fourth and fifth step. So for the fourth step, which is create a crypto map for IPsec, the command is, let me mention here, the command is crypto space map space any name of the map. So maybe I give the name also my map space the number which you have used space IPsec hyphen ISAKMP. That will be the very first command to create a map. After that the second command will be, we are going to set a peer here. So set a space peer a space your destination public IP. So my destination public IP is 61.1.1.2. Then we are going to set also transform set. So transform set a space, what was the transform set we have set already, that is my set. Then the next command is going to be match address, with which address it will be matching. So for that we have already created a access list, if you remember. So this access list number has to be mentioned here. So here we are going to say match a space address a space 100, then exit. We will be done with this task. So that is for the fourth step, creating a crypto map for IPsec. And then For completing the fifth step, the command, let me mention here also, it is again the command is going to be interface, whatever interface port you have, so that serial port number, maybe if it is 0/2 or anything, and there you will just mention that crypto a space map a space your map name. That's it. So that is, these are the steps we are following actually. So let me keep it in a one side, and which will be giving us a kind of guideline, and then we are going to this router. So for this router, we are done up to the first, we are done up to the second, we are done up to the creating access list also. Now we are going to create the map. So creating the map, what is the command is, even I can copy from here, or let us just type step by step. So here crypto a space map a space the name a space the number, then IPsec KMP. Then the next is set a space peer and the IP of branch of his public IP, so that is 60.1.1.2. Then the next is set a space transform set let's check here why it is not responding. It is transform set a space the name of it, so that is my set. After that we are going to type the last command, that is match address, and the access list number is 100. That's it. We are done up to this fourth step. Now we are only remaining with the fifth one, but before you do fifth one, let us verify here the number of the port. So what is our port is S20. So the same port you supposed to use here. So here the command will be interface S0/2/0, and the command will be crypto a space map a space the map name, that is my map. Now finally we are done with all configuration on the headquarter router. As I told you, these all a step, 5 step we have to follow on the branch router also. So let me just close, let me get the branch router, and we are going to use the same step here also, and those same step is going to be enable global configuration mode, and here we are going to run those all same commands. So let me get this notepad where we have already all the command mentioned. So very first command is going to be crypto ISA KMP, then the policy, then the number of the policy. Then the second command is going to be authentication, and authentication is pre-shared. Then the third is encryption, and the encryption method is 3DES. Sorry. Then the fourth command is hash, and the type is MD5. Fifth command is group, number is 1. Then the next command is lifetime, the value I am using 3600. Then we come out, we are going to set the key now. So for the key, crypto ISA KMP key, let's set the same key here also, a space address, and here only we have to make sure that we are not going to use the same IP address, because right now we are in the branch router, so we have to configure the IP of the headquarter router, that was I guess 50.1.1.2. Then after we are going to the next step. Next step is crypto IPsec transform set, the name my set ESP-3DES, a space ESP hyphen MD5. Then the next is we are also going to create an access list here also on this router. For that the command will be access list. The access list number is 100. Then the condition is permit. Then the protocol is IP, and this time my local IP is going to be 11.0.0.0 space 0.255.255.255. That's my wildcard mask, and my destination is 10.0.0.0 with the wildcard mask 0.255.255.255. After that, the next we are going to use is crypto map, my map, space the number, space IPsec -ISAKMP. Then we are going to set the peer, and this time we are going to use the IP of headquarter IP, so 50.1.1.2. sorry, yes, it is 51.1.2. Then we are also going to set a space transform set, and the name is my set. Then we are going to say match with the address, and my access list is 100. Then we go to exit, and the final is interface, and we have to make sure which interface it is, S0/2/0. So we are going to use the same number, S0/2/0, and the command is crypto map, and then the map name, my map. Done. So finally we have configured now the VPN on both sides with the setting of IPsec. So now let's check the communication between them. Let me try again. And finally we can see that the communication is okay between our headquarter office, as well as from the headquarter office to the branch office, as well as from the branch office to the headquarter office. Now if you want to test that, how will you make sure that this VPN is working or not? For that purpose, let me give you some command here to testing. So for verification or for test, you can simply go to the privilege mode, and there you can run a command like so a space crypto a space ISAKMP a space SA. This command will show you first of all what kind of crypto is enabled there or not. Then one more command let me give you, that can be so a space crypto a space ISAKMP space policy. It will be giving you detail of the policy. Then you can also use for verification, the command is so a space crypto a space map. It will show you the detail of the map which we have created. And you can also use one more command, so a space crypto a space IPsec a space SA. So these are the 4 commands which can be used on any one of these 2 router, headquarter router or branch router, to do the verification. So let's do the verification, but before that let me even communicate more, or maybe I go here and the command prompt of this computer, and I say ping the IP of maybe branch computer, that is 11.1.1.2. You can see now the communication is happening. Now we are going to verify on the router. So go to router, go to the privilege mode and type command so a space crypto a space ISAKMP SA. So here you can see it is saying that crypto is working over there because the status is active, and here it is also giving me the connection ID number, the slot number, as well as the state of this crypto is right now QM ideal, means my cryptography or VPN connection is working fine. We can also test with another command like so a space crypto a space IPsec a space SA. This is going to give me how many number of encapsulation and decapsulation of the packet has been already because of this encryption. So you can see now currently almost 7 packet has been encapsulated and decapsulated because of this VPN connection, because of this IPsec enable on it. We can do the same test on this router also. So on this router also, if I say so a space crypto a space IPsec a space SA, yes, it is also saying me that some encapsulation has happened on it. If I do more ping here, so maybe I go to command prompt and I ping more time, even I do the ping from this side also, maybe from branch office to the head office, ping a space 10.1.1.2. so we have sent at least more packet. Now we check again with the same command, so crypto IPsec SA. You can see now the encapsulation packet has increased now because we have sent more packet, and there is IPsec who is encrypting it, who is checking all those encapsulation and decapsulation. We can use some other command which I have already gave you, like so a space crypto a space map also, so it will show you the map how you have made it. Then you can also use so a space crypto a space ISAKMP policy. It will give you the detail of the policy number and all those details. What are the method you have used, what are the shared key you have used, what is the hash algorithm you have used, all the detail you can test from here. So I have tried to show you how to configure VPN with IPsec, and we have tested it also. We have gone through successful practical of it. Everything is working fine now. IPsec is working with VPN. VPN is configured. So I hope this video contains all the information which you are looking for, and I hope this video has been informative for you all, and I would like to thank you for watching.